With the help of the Almighty, I pray to the Almighty to bestow upon me His truth, His wisdom, that I may be worthy of conveying His message, and so, inshallah, sanctify His name and bring peace to the world. I'm a little cold. My tongue is a little frozen. Anyway, my name is Rabbi Yisroel Dovid Weiss. My colleague is Rabbi Feldman. And we are here as a voice of Jews from the streets of Al-Quds, from Jerusalem to the streets of New York, to the streets of Argentina, Canada, England, wherever invariably you will find a very religious Jewish community. You will find that they are opposed not only to this last year, this massacre, this genocide, but to the mere existence of the Zionist occupation of the Zionist state of Israel. It is not Jewish. Let's get that straight. It is not Jewish. It is anti-Semitic. It is an anti-Semitic entity that is created for selfish, materialistic reasons, to have a nationalism, a people, a group of people who were rebels against Judaism, who scorned and laughed and spit at the religious communities. They came along and decided to make themselves a home. But being that they left God, they don't have any morals and compunctions or feelings or guilt feelings to stand up and tell the world that they are the representatives of Judaism. They know what it says in the Bible, because not all of them are ignorant of the Torah. It's just they're rebels, they're heretics. So they know that they can use the concept of the Bible where it says God took the Jews out of Egypt and brought them into the Holy Land. They can use that concept to intimidate, to ensnare, to have people around the world support their creation of this evil entity, this occupation called the Zionist state of Israel. But let you know that the truth of the Torah is that we are expressly, as Jews, forbidden since 2,000 years ago, since the destruction of the temple. Jews are forbidden to have 1 inch, 1 centimeter of Jewish sovereignty, and Jews, true to their religion, have not attempted for 2,000 years to have such an establishment. It never was. It cannot be. It's against our religion. And certainly, to establish a Jewish sovereignty on the heads and shoulders of other people by confiscating, by stealing, by murdering, taking the homes of other people, this is again, flies in the face of what it means to be religious, to be subservient to God. And it flies in the face of the basics of Judaism. How dare they speak in my name? What they are accomplishing is creating and festering a hate for the Jewish people around the world. So who is anti-Semitic? Zionism and their state of Israel. They create danger both for the Jews and rivers of blood for the Palestinian people. 76 years and more, they've been murdering Palestinians. They've been murdering Jews amongst them. And we can show you thousands of pictures of Jews being murdered, being arrested, because they stand on the streets in Jerusalem and declare these people who call themselves representatives of Jews are criminals. And because of that, they get arrested, they get brutally beaten, and they get murdered. This is the facts of history. We want you to know that Jews, true to the Torah, we are crying, we are hurting with the people of Gaza, of the people of Palestine. It goes to the depth of our hearts to watch what is happening, not this year, the 76 years. We try, we attempt, we stand out and object, protest, pray to God, and we know that God, with His compassion, will bring an end, because ultimately this world is under the hands of God. This world has witnessed other cruelties, other great powers, the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. We've gone through many different evil, domineering powers who killed and murdered senselessly. They went, they disappeared. The Almighty is ultimately the ruler. We may not understand all His ways, We know, though, that he is compassionate. One day, he will bring an end to this. As it says in the Torah, why are you rebelling against me? It will not be successful. This state will end. The state of Israel. Let us be clear. The Zionist state of Israel. This occupation will one day end. And the question is, what did we do as individuals? Were we silent? We are here on this world for a purpose. We are here to emulate God. We say, Mahu racham afatate racham. Just as God is compassionate, you must be compassionate. We are not to stand by and watch injustice. My grandparents were killed in Auschwitz. For over 5 years, Jews were murdered daily. Millions of Jews were murdered, tortured and murdered. And the world didn't even let the Jews come into their borders. The world today feels this guilt, and therefore they think that they'll be supporting Israel as a compensation for this. How terribly ironic, what a nutba that is. Not only did my grandparents die because they were Jews, but now they're using their ashes, their blood, to perpetrate an injustice, a nakba, against the beautiful people, against our friends who took in the Jews. As we show pictures, how Jews and Muslims, the Muslim countries embraced the Jews for hundreds of years when we were being murdered by the Inquisition and Crusades up until the present time in the Ottoman Empire and so on, which includes, of course, Palestine. Therefore, I want you to know that Jews around the world, again, the more the religious, the more anti-Zionist. We are with you. We sympathize. Kalbi Palestine, Kalbi Gaza, we are with you. Our hearts are with you. We will not be silent as God wants of us and demands of us. As our chief rabbis pleaded with us, do not be silent at the cost of your lives. I must tell you, I apologize for so many silenced voices around the world because there's many Jews that are viciously attacked and they are fearful, therefore the general public is fearful to stand out and demonstrate. That doesn't mean that these Jews are standing with the Zionists. The Zionists are wily. They use their evil power in order to silence and stifle the voices of righteousness, whether it is Jewish or non-Jewish. They have two weapons, two nuclear weapons. One, they use the Bible. They wave the Star of David saying God gave it to us, knowing willfully that the voice of Judaism says that they are totally incorrect. They are falsifying the Torah. It is forbidden for us to have it. And then they come along, and if they see somebody who's standing up, just like you, students of Teaneck High, who were so proud of, that when you stand up and say, I can't understand it, it can't be right. This can't be right. You can't murder children. What is going on here? So they start yelling, oh, anti-Semitism. So they use their second nuclear weapon called anti-Semitism. It is vulgar. It is repugnant. It is false. We will not be silent. We can't say that you won't be accused of being anti-Semitic. But don't let that move you, because ultimately we answer to God. Ultimately it is God who gives us life. God wants of us to do what's right. We turn to the politicians and we say, you are blessed with a lofty position. You are forsaking that great gift that was given to you if you support this murder of this beautiful people of Palestine. You will one day have to answer to your grandchildren and ultimately to God. You must stand up. Don't be like the ones who were silent by the Holocaust. Stand up today. But whatever they may do, it is God's world. He will save us. He will save Palestine. He will look at us and reward us for what we're doing. Continue to stand up. Grow up. Children, you will see one day you will be very proud of what you did. We are all proud of you. Inshallah, let us, God help, that we should see soon in our days, today, a free Palestine, a free Gaza.